for that attack. He has since, in the last day, those charges have been upgraded for him to include a homicide. We were waiting for the report to come back from the coroner's office. That has come back and it has been ruled a homicide. He is charged with that homicide, and rightfully so. He deserves every bit of that. But also the mother of this child, and you've seen the reports and her involvement or lack of involvement, and the lack of calling 911 right away when you are told that a child is unresponsive. And we know this has been going on for since the 19th, and there's been a lot of, when these things happen, they are shocking, and patience runs thin. Why isn't this person arrested? But also justice has to run its course as well. This investigation on her started immediately as to, and we had not had any interaction with them prior to that regarding this. So we began the investigation on her, and these detectives had and counselors in the last couple of weeks have had the unfortunate and unenviable job of interviewing these children that were witness to this torture and this murder. And after speaking with these children and getting the stories, these charges were brought up. And our hope is, I think for these children, 10 to 15 years from now, they're Google searching their past, trying to find out what happened to them. My hope is that as they look at that and they see your reports and your videos, social media, our videos, that they see that there was, even though they lived in a home of violence, of fear, of selfishness, that they see that there was a community out there that did have love, did have concern for them, and does care for them. That's a story I hope they see 10 or 15 years from now. Nothing we could do to prevent that, but there's everything in the world. We would have done anything in the world to stop it, had any of us known. Right now, our hope is that justice continues down that path and is served. I can tell you that she has been charged. She's in our jail across the street here, and that investigation is not done with her. There's more victims that we're talking to, more stories that are unfolding. Understand, we're talking to children. I believe the oldest one may be 9 years old. So we're talking to children, getting these stories accurately accounted, and I would say with some good probability there may be more charges coming, and I know he has had some more charges put on him. We will make those available to you. That he has some new charges concerning the aggravated child abuse that we, as we're talking to the other victims. So those will be available to you guys as well. We'll email that to you, the new charges that have just happened. So justice will continue to be served here, and again, understand as patience runs thin, looking every day for this to arrest this mother, but justice does have to run its course, and in this case, we believe it has. Take a few questions that you may have.
Is there any sense that she might eventually face a murder charge as well?
Well, we're gonna run it all the way out to the end. Every rock overturned. We want to look under everything and see what we can come up with. Right now, she is currently on a felony probation that's been violated. We're going to hold her here with no bond while we continue those investigations. So, not throwing anything out. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
What can you talk about that probation violation? What was she charged? What was she?
I believe she had a felony, maybe a drug probation that she was on. So this case, these new charges, someone's on probation and commits another crime, when she's been charged with another crime, that will violate her probation. So I just say it like this, just to cut to it, any charge we can give her, we're going to give her. Anything she qualifies for, she's going to get.
What kind of pattern of abuse are we looking at here? How long has something like this been going on in this household?
So the pattern of abuse is a great question. We are learning about this along with everybody else over the course of the last couple of weeks. And what we're learning from these child victims is this is standard behavior, standard practice. And again, I hope 10 to 15 years from now, when they're looking at this and their lives are changing now as we speak, we're putting them with the right people and getting them away from the wrong people. So I hope in 10 to 15 years, they look back in just as much disgust and realize what they were in was not normal, that no child has to endure that. And there's a community and there are folks in this community that love them, protect them, and cherish them.
How are those children doing right now, and who is caring for them?
Right now they're doing well, and we're providing services, anything available to them that they need. We are providing that, but where they're staying, who they're with, we're not disclosing that. We're just very, very protective of their safety right now, and until we know all the facts and all the players involved.
You already talked about this. How many children are we talking about exactly? Can you share
So I'm limited on what I can say because these are child victims. Like I said, they range in age from 1 to 9 years old, from my understanding, and there's 4 or 5 kids that maybe more. We want to know: are there more kids that visited the home? Are there relatives, cousins? We're trying to find all that out to make sure we've spoken to every victim, got every story, and their story is not lost, but justice is served for those children.
Are all of the kids hers, or does he bring the kids into the relationship?
So relationships of these children to the offenders, we cannot disclose that, just public record law. But I can tell you they're both known by both folks, and where they were staying, the house we responded to was a place that these kids were typically staying, and those conditions, we've obviously immediately called Department of Children and Families. We want every eye looking at this that we can, and it doesn't make the story any less sad. It's still as tragic as we see it, but it hopefully today there's a little bit of relief for those that remember this poor little 3-year-old Paisley, and that her voice is being heard a little bit at a time right now. All right, I appreciate you, and as we get more information, we will make sure you get that in an email or give us a call. We'll do
We
that.
should expect today, any chance of these before noon, these extra charges for the girl?
Yes, we'll have those for you today. Sure will. That just happened, so there'll be some more.